After what he called a challenging 5 weeks campaigning to retake New England, Barnaby Joyce will return to Canberra victorious. And first on his to-do list is to quiet a discordant coalition. "We're getting the band back together," Malcolm Turnbull said to rapturous applause at the Nationals election party in Tamworth on Saturday evening. He and Mr. Joyce took the stage to declare an early victory after the former and future Deputy Prime Minister shot ahead with just a quarter of the votes counted. But by 11 p.m. on Saturday, with about 65% of the votes counted, Mr. Joyce's lead was an unassailable 64%. Mr. Turnbull called it a stunning victory before introducing a jubilant Mr. Joyce to the packed room of yellow-clad supporters, affectionately dubbed "Killed Canaries" by Mr. Joyce. Mr. Joyce said he was humbled to be given another chance at performing the sacred duty of governing in Canberra. "I say to the people of New England, I don't take anything for granted," he said. "I will continue to work as flat out as I have in the past." Mr. Turnbull, earlier on Saturday, said he was eager for the former Deputy Prime Minister to return to the helm of the Nationals as divisions in the coalition flared up this week. "There have been some personalities and there have been some tensions, there is no doubt about that," Mr. Turnbull told reporters when questioned about the calls from within the Nationals for his resignation. "The people of New England, returning Barnaby today, are making a great contribution to the government." Mr. Joyce strongly refuted New South Wales Nationals leader John Barilaro's calls for Mr. Turnbull to resign, labelling the comments very, very unhelpful. Mr. Joyce told reporters earlier he had been contacted by another of the rumoured agitators, Queensland MP George Christensen. He said Mr. Christensen had affirmed his allegiance to the party with the return of Mr. Joyce and following the announcement of the Banking Royal Commission. When questioned about disruptions in the Nationals during his prolonged absence, Mr. Joyce replied, "He'll be back tomorrow." Mr. Joyce has apologised to the electorate for putting them through the snap by-election because of his New Zealand dual citizenship. Copyright AAP 2017.